So Amy, just introduce yourself. Oh, and then just for editing purposes, just a couple notes. Make sure I'm done talking before you start talking, just so you can edit me out of it. And then, try to kind of restate the question with your answer. So if I ask you, like, what's your favorite winter sport? You just say, my favorite winter sport is this.
Okay.
All right. So introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and how long you've lived in Summit County.
Hi, my name is Amy Kemp. I've been in Summit County for about 18 years now and absolutely love it. And if you want me to do it again, if you're like, if I didn't get the right,
sure.
feel free to ask.
And
like
you
to,
can do,
yeah.
if you feel like that too, that's no problem.
Okay.
That sounded great though. So what do you love most about living in Summit County?
There's so much that I love about living in Summit County. I think the thing that I love the most about Summit County are the people. So it's the community that's up here and just how much everybody cares. You get the small town community, but you have world-class skiing and mountain biking, fly fishing, and all these cultural amenities up here and opportunities. And it's really just the best place that I can think of living. And that's why we moved back up here to raise our child here, to give her the same opportunities.
Seems like you've done this before.
I was just thinking, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so rusty. I was like,
oh no, I thought that was great. So what is your favorite summer activity?
That's a good question. There's so many fun activities up here in Summit County all year long. In the summertime though, my favorite activity has to be mountain biking. I don't do it nearly as much as I'd like, but I absolutely love it. So just when I get out there, it's dirt, myself, and in the trails, I love mountain biking.
Nice. And on the other end, what's your favorite winter activity?
Definitely has to be skiing. That's why I moved out here. They say you move out here, you move out here to ski and you stay for the summers. But for me, the winters are my favorite season, and skiing by far and away is my favorite activity in Summit County. It just re-energizes me, and now we're getting my daughter skiing, and skiing with her is probably the most amazing, fantastic thing I've ever done. Even better than a powder day, which is unbelievable.
Yes, I love that. So what's your favorite hangout spot?
Oh, that's a good question. I'd say my favorite place to hang out in Summit County has to be just on any trail. Just to get away from everything, actually. And then I really love hanging out in downtown Breckenridge. I love hanging out right by the Riverwalk Center, right there by the with the river flowing by and the mountains. And now that I have a daughter up here, just seeing her play and just being right in the middle of downtown is just one of my favorite spots to be in Summit County.
So where do you mainly find yourself when it comes to eating or drinking out?
Well, it's changed over the years. Drinking and hanging out. I would have to say in the summertime, I love hanging out on the patios of Summit County. Just pretty much any patio in Summit County, any deck is probably one of my favorite places, especially drinking a glass of wine or a craft beer. So there's so many options, but definitely a sunny deck with a great mountain view.
Nice. So why do you think people work so hard to make it work here when it comes to living here?
That's a tough question because it's not easy to live in Summit County. I mean, it's sad that a lot of locals can't afford to live here and have to leave, but it's worth it. I think we've made a lot of sacrifices as a family to move back up here full time, and for me, it's been mainly because of the community. I could have moved to any other mountain town. We actually looked at moving to another mountain town, but it really came down to this community, and the people up here are so special and really care about each other and really support each other, and you don't find that everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely, that's great. So how do you describe Summit County to your out-of-town guests?
There's many different ways to describe Summit County. I've heard people say it's paradise, it's magical. For me, it's home. That's, I think, the biggest, or the best, I should say, way to describe it. It's just, I don't know, it's my home. it's where I've chosen to live. So, but yeah, I think it's truly a magical place to live. It's incredible to live. We're in a kind of in a fairy tale, if you will. Just having the opportunity to have some of the best skiing and snowboarding in the world, not just the country, but in the world. Some of the best mountain biking trails. I mean, it's incredible, the mountain biking that we have here. And then I don't fly fish, but from what I hear, you know, incredible fly fishing, hiking, even the lake right here. I mean, that's so unbelievably rare for a mountain town to have sailing and paddleboarding and kayaking on a lake right there. So, yeah, I would say it's a fairy tale.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite town in Summit County, and why?
Oh, that's a tough one, because I have businesses in both. You know, I would say my favorite place in Summit County has to be Breckenridge, and the reason why is because it's the first place that I lived when I moved to Summit County. So it just has always been the special place. It's the first town I lived in. It's where we've had Elevate Breckenridge just recently opened. So it's great. I almost feel like I'm coming back home by having Elevate Breck in downtown Breckenridge, because it's been a while since I've actually lived in in the town of Breckenridge. So yeah, I would say Breckenridge is a special place for me.
And so what's your favorite season, and why?
Oh my gosh, all the seasons are amazing here in Summit County. We're truly spoiled. Off seasons, maybe not my favorite, but I'd say winter. Winter has to be my favorite season, just because it's long, so you have to love it in order to live here. But the skiing and snowboarding is unsurpassed here. It's truly an incredible place. I mean, a powder day in Summit County midweek is probably one of the most magical things that could happen. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit now.
Yeah. No, you're doing great. You're doing awesome. Where's your favorite place to ski or recreate?
Oh, that's another good question. You know, I would say I'm not fast, but I like to hike. So, you know, right now, because I don't have a lot of time to do any backcountry skiing, I like more of the side country skiing. So I like hiking into Erickson Bowl and at Keystone, just hiking a little bit up on Peak 6, you know, just kind of getting away, but having the convenience, just because I'm pretty busy right now with a kiddo and 3 businesses. So yeah, that's probably my favorite place, is just to hike just a little bit so I can enjoy that sense of calmness and serenity, and kind of having untracked lines. Obviously, everybody loves that. So yeah, that's probably my favorite place.
Great. And so just kind of one more time, what's the best thing about Summit County?
The people. The people are what makes Summit County so special. There's so many mountain towns that are incredible, but I would argue that we have some of the best people here in Summit County than any other mountain town. Biased, of course.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah,
That's all
perfect.
the questions.
Yeah.
You did great.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, let me know if there's anything else.
Hey, Justine, so just introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and how long you've lived in Summit County.
Oh, how long have I lived in Summit County? Wait a minute, I gotta think about this for a second. Oh my God. Okay, say that one more time now.
So introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and how long you've lived in Summit County.
All right, my name is Justine Spence, and my husband and I own High Country Ice. We also own County Mortgage Colorado, and I do freelance public relations. I've been in Summit County for 8, almost 9 years now.
So what do you love most about living in Summit County?
I love living in Summit County because it's a wonderful community here. I think that's probably what a lot of people would say about living in Summit County, is that here in the county there's a lot of wonderful resources. A lot of people have moved away from their families here, and the community here kind of becomes your family. So I think that that's a wonderful thing, is that we help each other out and we all genuinely look out for each other. And I feel very lucky and fortunate to have found such a wonderful community, and really it's a great place to create a life and start a family.
One more step to your left.
Yep.
I can see it moving across your
Oh,
face here.
that looks much better.
Uh-huh. Oh, do you need to do that again?
To move?
Yeah.
Might as well. That way we don't have to do this every single question. So maybe one more step to your left.
Yep.
That looks better.
Yep.
Okay.
I can feel it on my face. Do you want me to do that again?
Sure, yeah.
All right.
Might as well.
Okay.
So what do you love most about living in Summit County?
What I love most about living in Summit County is the wonderful sense of community that we have here. I know that I have a ton of really good friends that are my community. A lot of people I know that when they come to Summit County, they don't necessarily have family here, so kind of your friends become your family here, and the sense of community I think is wonderful because they become your family and everybody looks out for one another, and I truly believe tries to help one another out, and it's a great place to live your life and start a family.
Hi, Sarah. We're just finishing up with Justine, so. No, it's actually fine. It worked out perfect. So what is your favorite summer activity?
Let's see.
Actually,
Yeah.
well, hang on. Oh, no, you're fine.
All right.
What's your favorite summer activity?
My favorite summer activity in Summit County, I love going out on a boat on Lake Dillon and checking out the view from the lake. It's probably one of my favorite things to do. I also love going on hikes with my family. It's beautiful. I love going up Mount Royal because it's easy and you get a great view of all of Summit County. Kind of puts things into perspective for you. I feel like you could, on a nice night, you can do that even in the evening and kind of watch the sunrise from up there. It's one of my favorite things to do in the summertime. There's too many to list.
Do we need to move her again? She looks like she's in the sun again.
Ooh. Ooh.
Hey, we could ask. Hey, David, do you think you could close the? I forgot how to do it. We're like getting a lot of sun on faces here.
I got you.
Thank you. I know there was like a key and a turn and something.
Yeah, it's a little tricky. Plus the key's like locked away.
Okay.
Like I said, I feel like you'll know you've made it when you can like have these in your own home.
Oh,
Like,
right.
Yeah.
And it's like.
Oh, blinds
Life is
down,
good.
blinds up, blinds down, blinds up. Yeah, that'll definitely help. I think I moved a little bit though. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think so. It's just so harsh in one spot, almost like a night glass on her.
Hey. Now we're cooking with gas. Cam, where do you want me?
We are. That's good to me. We'll see on these cameras. So I think almost anywhere now because it's all normal, it's all unnatural light. So I think almost anywhere. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So how long, you're going for 2 weeks?
Sorry.
How long are you going to New Zealand and Fiji?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Sweet. I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Like,
That's wonderful.
It's like it'll be the longest time off I've had since I started working at Summit Daily. Like before, when you work for the resorts, it's like you get a whole month off in
Right.
between jobs, and this, yeah.
So you'll start to feel like Heather again.
Yeah.
You're in there somewhere, right?
Oh, 2 whole weeks. Holy cow.
Good for you, I'm glad. Are you taking off any time for the wedding or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna just Friday and Monday.
Good for you. You're getting your hair done and makeup and all that for fun? Good for you.
My sister's gonna do the makeup, but I have a girl from one of the salons coming over
Nice.
to do the hair.
It's totally worthy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We did a really small wedding and my husband's like, oh, attendance, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, family only. Like I look at my parents' wedding pictures, I'm like, who was that in your wedding? You know?
Yeah. Okay. Does that shadow on her face, is that gonna, doesn't look, you can't tell, okay, cool. I just wanna make sure.
It's a little bit different. It's wonder how we can fix that.
Well, it's just maybe she stood right here or something
A
in the
little
middle.
bit more towards the middle,
You
yeah.
want me to stand like more head on?
Yeah, maybe just back over it that way.
Where
Oh
originally?
yeah, that looks much better. Now your face isn't in that shadow.
Okay.
Or it's not quite so drastic anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Better? A little more natural or
Yeah.
something?
It definitely looks like you were
Okay.
just hanging out outside.
Okay.
All right, that one's
Okay.
good. There we go.
Sorry, thank you. Just
No, not at all. They're making you work for it, Cam. I like it.
They should.
They
I like
should.
it.
Good attitude too. Oh, he's a keeper.
All right, and ready when you are.
Okay,
All
cool. Let's see, we did summer activities.
Yep.
What's your favorite winter activity?
Oh, my favorite winter activity in Summit County, I mean, I love skiing. I've been a skier since my whole life, and that's how I met my husband and how I've made a lot of my friends here in the county, of course. But I mean, I also love cross-country skiing and snowshoeing, and yeah, so I mean, I'd have to say skiing. It's close to my heart.
And what's your favorite hangout spot?
My favorite hangout spot. Ooh, well, pre-kids, you would probably find me at the 6th Alley Bar up at Arapahoe Basin. Post-kids, they're only 9.5 months old now, so I'm not really sure where my new hangout spot's going to be, but probably outside.
And then where do you find yourself when it comes to eating or drinking out?
Where do I find myself when it comes to eating or drinking out? Depends on where I am. Over in Frisco, I love Hacienda Real. I think the Mexican food there is just the best comfort food you could possibly find. I find myself craving that when I'm not here in the county. Over in Breckenridge, oh, it's hard to choose. I mean, Empire Burger is also great comfort food. There's a lot of great places to go, but I definitely like Hacienda Real.
So why do you think people work so hard to make it work when it comes to living here?
Why do people work so hard to make it work here in Summit County? I'm living proof here to tell you that, you know, the hustle's real and it's worth it because it's beautiful here. It offers a wonderful lifestyle, and all of the struggles are worth every victory and triumph because it's wonderful here.
So how do you describe Summit County to out-of-town guests?
How do I describe Summit County to out-of-town guests? Well, it's a wonderful resort town, and I'm grateful for that because without the resorts, our local economy wouldn't thrive as it does. So I describe it as a resort town that offers many different kinds of amenities for really anybody. I mean, anything that you're looking for, the county offers it.
Best town in Summit County and why?
Best town in Summit County and why? Ooh, it depends on what you're looking for. Let's see. I love Frisco. I think that Frisco does a great job with their events. I think they also have wonderful outside events, outside things to do. They have events. They also have wonderful outside things to do. They have wonderful restaurants, great shopping, and it's centrally located, so it's a great place to meet up with all of my friends.
What's your favorite season and why?
My favorite season and why? Ooh, should I say the stereotypical answer? I love summertime here. Oh man, I mean, I love winter. It's part of who I am, the skiing element. I competed my whole life in skiing, but I have to say I really love summertime here because the temperatures are very pleasant. Going out of the lake is wonderful, going on hikes is wonderful, getting to enjoy all the beautiful views and the good vibes and happy people.
So what's your favorite place to ski or recreate?
My favorite place to ski or recreate? I love Arapahoe Basin. I've known the Hensross since I was a little kid, so that's near and dear to my heart. And to recreate, I love the Gore Range, I love the 10-mile range. Really, anywhere outside, I'm happy.
Nice. And final question, again, what's the best thing about Summit County?
What's the best thing about Summit County? Our sense of community here, and I think that everybody really tries to help one another out, and there's wonderful people, and I think everybody's really happy.
Awesome.
Cool.
Perfect.
Good. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Grab the mic right away. Definitely
got
not
it.
your first time using it. Let people walk away with that all the time.
No, I'm not. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for thinking of me, Heather.
It's really like when else can you ask that?
Have a happy Wednesday. Enjoy every moment. Will be the best day of your life.
Should be a lot of the same answers.
Sorry, would you test like testing 1, 2?
Yep. Test 1, 2. Testing. Can you hear me, Cam?
We'll be quiet for 1 second here.
Okay, so Sarah, introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and how long you've lived in Summit County.
Yep. My name is Sarah Cox. I own the Crown in Breckenridge, and I've been here for 10 years.
What do you love most about living in Summit County?
I love the people. I've made some of the best friends here, and I love having the business here. There's nothing to complain about. The seasons, everything.
What's your favorite summer activity?
My favorite summer activity is probably going to be mountain biking. This is a great time of year in the fall right now with the leaves changing. So hopefully I'll get out there today, actually.
Very nice. And on the other end, what's your favorite winter activity?
Skiing. Not really original answer, but yep.
And this one might be kind of obvious, but what's your favorite hangout spot?
Let me think about that. The Crown. Yeah.
Just a quick tip, you prep her about like saying the question? I think she just said skiing. And not-
It's fine,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
it's
I wasn't
fine.
sure if
Oh, you want me to repeat the question
Yeah,
back?
well, it's just, if I say, like, what's your favorite winter sport? You'd be like, my favorite winter sport is.
Got it.
It's just, just for editing purposes, and we might even just cut that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to just even have it. I can never do that.
Cool, thanks, Cam.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
It's your job. I don't know if I had to do it.
And so where do you mainly find yourself when it comes to eating and drinking out? This one might be pretty obvious too.
If I'm on this side of usually when I go out to drink or eat on this side of the county, my husband and I love Chimayo. On the Breck side, we love going, of course, to our own establishment, the Crown, but the food gets old there, so it's nice to change that. We also like to go to Angel's Hollow. Yeah.
That's a good one. So why do you think people work so hard to make it work when it comes to living in Summit County?
I think because everyone realizes how lucky we are to be living here, and we all want. Let me think about that for a second. Hold on. Everybody wants to live here for the obvious reasons. Everybody wants to go skiing and biking and be outside all the time. So everyone's going to try to do what they can to make sure that they can keep that lifestyle, in my opinion.
Yeah, great. So how do you describe Summit County to your out-of-town guests?
I describe Summit County as a little slice of paradise. The beautiful mountains, we have the water, we have good people, we have good food, we have lots of things to do. It's just the whole package.
Very nice. That's a great answer. Best town in Summit County and why?
I would have to say Breckenridge. I'm a little biased because I live and work there. It's just the town has so many great people and so many people that care about the town. They want to support each other and invite guests. We have a lot of tourists in Breckenridge, and I think that's kind of what makes us special too, is you meet new people every day from around the world, and it's just really interesting and keeps things fresh every day.
Awesome. That was great. Favorite season and why?
I would have to say my favorite season is summer. It definitely is becoming to get really busy around here in the summer, so it's not as I felt like we used to have it to ourselves, but not so much anymore. But we're happy to share it.
What's your favorite place to ski or recreate?
I'd actually say behind my house. I live up on Hoosier Pass, and I can ski right on my back door. There's really good cross-country trails behind me, and some good backcountry as well. And then, of course, I love to ski on the resort at Breckenridge.
I'm gonna have to come to your house to go to cross-country skiing.
I know,
That sounds really fun.
it's really nice.
We should have done that last
It's
year. I lived in Fairplay.
the Bimrose Circus is
Oh,
the
okay.
trail, and no one is ever back there. We are the only ones setting trail back there.
Last question, and kind of same thing. What is the best thing about Summit County?
The best thing about Summit County is the people, the community. It's just a great place to live and be a part of, and I hope to never leave.
Nice, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You did great.
Really? Sweet.
Yeah.
Easy, then.
Good. I'm glad it was easy.
I know sometimes you're like, what did I just say? I blacked out for a second.
That's what Amy said today. She didn't have her coffee yet, and she's kind of like, I don't know what happened. Yeah. Can
I
relate to
did
that for sure.
an interview with 5280.
All right, Mindy. So introduce yourself. Who you are, what you do, and how long you've lived in Summit County.
Hi, I'm Mindy Zablocki, and I have lived in Summit County for 19 years, and I am the Human Resources Coordinator for the town of Frisco.
What do you love most about living in Summit County?
What I love most about living in Summit County is by far the people and the environment in which these people create for me. A very comfortable, relaxed, flexible environment where I can have fun and just be genuine and be who I am, and also, present that to my kids. So that's really important to me, and that's why I love living here.
What is your favorite summer activity?
My favorite summer activity is definitely getting out on the water. So pontoon boating this past summer has become my new favorite on Lake Dillon.
And on the opposite end, what's your favorite winter activity?
My favorite winter activity is skiing and just snow sports in general, getting out there and playing in the snow.
Doing, like snow angels and...
Yeah, snow angels, snowball fights, chasing kids, you name it.
Nice. What's your favorite hangout spot?
My favorite hangout spot is, I'm gonna start that over.
No worries.
My favorite hangout spot for after work hours would be probably happy hour with my girlfriends, but I always end up at City Market and it feels like happy hour because I see everybody there. So I would say that's probably a good second happy hour at the produce department.
That's so funny. I feel the same way. It's like social hour every time you go to the City Market.
That's where I see you.
So you're like, I can't talk.
I know.
Where do you mainly find yourself when it comes to eating or drinking out?
Well, since I'm a Frisco resident, I mainly find myself eating on Main Street because I can walk there. I can enjoy the cuisine on Main Street and then also have a couple cocktails and not have to worry about it. So I really like getting out and about near home. And then I would say my top favorite in the county to go have some dinner at would be Ski Tip. I love the Ski Tip. But for a general night out, if we're just catching some dinner, I like to go out on Frisco Main Street.
Nice. So why do you think people work so hard to make it work in Summit County? Or when it comes to living here?
I think people try their best to make it work here in Summit County because they love playing. So the work hard, play hard, hopefully play even harder tagline that you've heard, that holds true, and we do everything we can so that we can recreate and enjoy our surroundings, be outdoors, and just make a beautiful life out of the beautiful place we live in.
Very nice, that's great. Favorite town in Summit County and why?
Oh, well, I'm biased since I live there and work there, but Frisco is definitely my favorite town.
And your favorite season in Summit County and why?
When are you airing this?
October 26th.
Okay, October 26th. So it'll be more winter then.
We'll be like right in that in-between
Right.
stage.
So let me see. I'm not going to say winter because I think everybody says winter. My favorite season in Summit County is summer because unlike traditional Summit County residents, I did not come for the ski, and I love to play and do everything, the festivals all around the county, and go, like I said, out on the water and take my kids for hikes, walk the dog, do everything in the summertime. And since it's such a short season, it's my favorite.
Okay, what's your favorite place to ski or recreate?
My favorite place to ski is Keystone, and my favorite place to recreate, well, really I love recreating in all of the different areas of Summit County, but I would say that my favorite place to recreate would be on the water.
And last question.
Okay.
Again, what is the best thing about Summit County?
The best thing about Summit County, hands down, the people. And the fact that there's no traffic, or little traffic, but for sure the people.
Okay. Perfect.
Good?
That was
That's it?
great. You did great.
How red am I?
You did amazing. You won't be able to tell.
You
Qdoba because of queso, so now, like, you know, solved everything.
Now your marriage will last.
Yeah, totally.
About good if you guys are. Great.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'll just do a big clap, and then I'm gonna wait 5 seconds, and then point to her, and she'll start asking you questions.
Cool. And then am I just talking to Heather the
Yeah,
whole time?
sorry, you just
Perfect.
talk
Yeah, so you
her
just talk to me,
conversation.
just maybe wait a second or two after I ask the question before you start talking. And then if I ask you a question, you can just kind of restate the question.
Okay,
so, like,
that was my question. Will
Yeah.
it be like on the screen or okay?
Yeah, so if I
well,
ask
no,
you, like,
the question like written
Oh,
out,
no,
like
I'm
a
just gonna
graphic.
ask
Got
you,
it.
yeah,
So
and we'll go
restate
back
it.
and forth,
Short.
kind of like we're having a
Perfect.
conversation.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys ready
Yep.
for my weird process?
Okay. So Elizabeth, introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and how long you've lived in Summit County.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Lawrence. I've lived here for 15 years. I live in Breckenridge. I work for the Summit Foundation as the events and marketing manager, and then I also serve on the town council in Breckenridge.
So what do you love most about living in Summit County?
I love living in Summit County the most because I think it's the best place to raise a child. I have a daughter who's 12, and I consciously made a choice to raise her here because I couldn't think of a better place for a kid to grow up. There's a ton of activities as far as the outdoors, but there's still the small town feel, a great school district. It's just a really great place to raise a family.
That's great. What's your favorite summer activity?
My favorite summer activity, it's kind of hard to say, but I have a few. I really, believe it or not, though I'm the most unathletic person in Summit County, I still really like to play golf. So often in the summer, I'm at Breckenridge Golf Club, playing golf, trying to tackle my favorite holes out there. I also enjoy in the summer walking my dogs around Breckenridge, and then I really enjoy going to concerts at the Riverwalk Center in the summer as well.
Very nice. So then what's your favorite winter activity?
My favorite winter activity is probably different than what most people are going to say. I did originally move here to be a skier, and now I am a terrible skier. I've gotten worse, if that's possible. So I would say my favorite winter activities are more walking the dogs, having friends over for a party. I love to host dinners at my house or different events, and so that's one of my favorite winter activities. And I feel like the winter is a great time to do that, to have friends over, be cozy inside, make a great meal. It's really one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, definitely. What's your favorite hangout spot?
My favorite hangout spot would probably be downtown Breckenridge. I love Blue River Plaza area. The people watching is great, but also it's just a great place to meet up with people. It's kind of a central location, and then from there we can go to dinner, go to a concert, or wherever we want to go.
Nice. Where do you mainly find yourself when it comes to eating or drinking out?
Eating and drinking. Well, I eat out a lot, many meals. I have lots of work lunches out, so I pretty much know every restaurant in Breckenridge like the back of my hand. But if it's my dream meal, say it's my birthday, I really have trouble deciding if I want to go to Relish or Briar Rose, and I love to go to those places. We often take out of town friends to Twist. I think it's a good, fun, but casual place. We love the canteen. And of course, I'm probably at downstairs at Eric's at least one night a week, if not more.
Very nice. So how do you describe Summit County to your out-of-town guests?
I describe Summit County to out-of-town guests is really a place that offers a wide range of activities. I think we have great dining here, good shopping, plenty of things to do, both outdoors and indoors, and just really a wonderful place to come visit. Every time I have guests, they're always amazed at something new that they get to do here that they didn't really know that would happen in Summit County. So I really love that. As we continue to grow and change, I think that it offers more for our guests.
Very nice. This one might be kind of obvious, but what best town in Summit County and why?
Well, I'm obviously going to be a homer, so I'm going to say Breckenridge is the best town. I serve on Breckenridge Town Council. I live in Wellington neighborhood. I work downtown. I would say I've been a part of downtown Breckenridge for 15 years, and it's very near and dear to my heart.
Very nice. Favorite season and why?
I love summer here the most. I think there's nothing better than some of our nice summer days. The flowers are everywhere blooming, but then at night maybe you still need a light jacket. And I just love being out in the summer in Summit County.
What's your favorite, or where's your favorite place to ski or recreate?
I like skiing actually a lot at Copper. It's a little different, but I like going over there. So of course I love Breck. You can find me over on Peak 9 on the easier runs. You're not going to find me on Peak 10. I'm not going to be on Imperial, sorry. My daughter, she can go do that with other people, but I would be doing the easy stuff more. So, but I also really love hiking in the French Gulch area behind my house. I think there's a lot of great trails back there as well as good history.
Very nice. And so last question, oh, actually I forgot one. Why do you think people work so hard to make it work when it comes to living in Summit County?
I think that people, once they're here, are really dedicated to staying here. And the reason why is because it offers something that people save up all year long to come on a 1-week vacation. And we get to live here. And so I think that's just something that it's a reminder for me, especially, I mean, there were many years I was a single mom in Breckenridge, and I really wanted to make it work, and I did, and it was so important. And I love it here. It's the best place in the whole U.S., in my opinion.
That's great, that's perfect. And so last question, kind of a same question, what is the best thing about Summit County?
The best thing about Summit County, I would say, is its deep history as well as so many outdoor activities. You know, this area was really originally founded on mining, and I love to think about the people that came here in the 1850s and settled here, and what a hardy group of folks. And even now when it's snowing in May and maybe times are tough or it's hard to make it here because it's so expensive, I think the people that do, they really, they're a hardy group of people as well, and they really deserve to have a lot of fun. And I think Summit County is good at that.
That's great. That was
Awesome.
it.
Thanks.
Yeah,
So
was,
easy.
You're such a pro. All right, so Adrian, just introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and how long you've lived in Summit County.
I'm Adrian Isaac. I'm the Marketing and Communications Manager at Arapahoe Basin Ski Area, and I've been in Summit County. This will be my 6th winter season here.
So what do you love most about living in Summit County?
What do I love most about Summit County? What don't I love about living here? I mean, there's trails right outside my back door. I met my partner up here, which is an awesome thing to meet someone who loves doing all the same things you do. The skiing's incredible, second to none, really. I mean, we live in the best state for playing outside, and frankly, I think Summit County is one of the best places if you want to hike, bike, raft, get out, ski, snowboard. This is the place to do it.
That's okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if it was,
Very directional, so.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
So what is your favorite summer activity?
My favorite summer activity is definitely road biking. That's kind of my thing in addition to skiing. Love getting out on the trails, especially this time of year, end of summer. One of my favorite bike paths to be on is the 10 Mile Creek Path. Beautiful foliage, great views, and you can even see some of that early season snow starting to fall on the mountains.
And what's your favorite winter activity?
My favorite winter activity, hands down, skiing. I mean, that's why I moved to Colorado. That's what brought a lot of us out here, were these big mountains. This is what, as a skier growing up on the East Coast, this is what I always imagined Western Rocky Mountain skiing to look like. A-Basin was the first place I ever skied out here, and I wondered at the time, what did I get myself into? And now that's like my second home. I love it.
That's great. What's your favorite hangout spot?
My favorite hangout spot in Summit County, if I'm not at the 6th Alley up at the Basin after work, because that's where all my buds are, I gotta say Outer Range is probably my new favorite spot to hang at. Brought some friends from out of town. I love that you can bring dogs, sit out on the patio, and their beer is awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, they're so good. I love them.
They are really
I
good.
really do.
Yeah, it reminds me of just like Broken Compass, that same kind of atmosphere.
Yes.
Like, Fresca.
Which is, yeah, a little bit more convenient for where I live, but
Oh yeah, for sure.
it's awesome. Yeah, I love it.
Cool. So I guess besides Outer Range, where do you mainly find yourself when it comes to eating and drinking out? Or I guess we could say Outer Range again.
No, that's fine. I just got to think about it. One of the places that I frequent for eating and drinking is definitely the Cala. I'm a Summit Cove local, so that's kind of our local hangout spot. It's really nice. You could even go in by yourself and you always find someone who you know that you can hang out with. So that's probably one of my favorite local spots here.
Okay, I forgot you were Summit Cove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christine and Stig will be real happy
Yeah,
that I mentioned
totally.
that. But seriously, it's great. And ever since they took it over, I mean, the food's good. Yeah, I love that spot.
Yeah. I went back finally again for the first time after moving back to the Cove very recently.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Oh, Carla, I missed you.
Right?
That's funny. Let's see. So why do you think people work so hard to make it work when it comes to living up here in Summit County?
You know, I think we work so hard to stay up here because really the quality of life is like no other place I've experienced. Growing up in a city on the East Coast, you know, you don't exactly always have those opportunities to get out and recreate. The people here are so nice. One of my favorite things about living here is how invested the community is in making people's lives successful, whether it's through the FERC or the Summit Foundation. There's a real support system here for the people who live here.
That's great. So how do you describe Summit County to your out-of-town guests?
I describe Summit County as home. This is my home. This is where I want to keep living the rest of my days out. And I also describe it as a playground. This is our playground. This is our home. This is the place that's in our heart. That's a little cheesy, but it's true.
I love that. That's awesome. Best town in Summit County and why?
Ooh, best town in Summit County. I feel like this one's gonna get controversial when you're asking people. Of course, I'm partial to Summit Cove, which I know is not a town. I'm well aware. You know what? I really like hanging out in Frisco. I feel like Frisco has a little bit of everything. Cool little main street, great hiking and biking trails, restaurants, fun activities, breweries, all of the things you kind of look for when you're coming to Colorado. It's also really nice to get out, take the paddle boards out on the marina and get out on the lake on that side of the county. And it's nice. It's almost like taking a little vacation inside your own hometown.
That's great. I love that. This question might be obvious, but where's your favorite place to ski or recreate?
My favorite place to ski is a total no-brainer for me. It's the Basin. The first place I ever skied in Colorado, that was back in October of 2008, really close to opening day. And you know, that terrain at the Basin, what I think I love about it the most is that it challenges you every day to be a better skier, pushes you outside of your comfort zone, but it's also one of the most scenic and beautiful ski areas in the county. And the people, man, I love the character of that place and the characters who hang out there. The people really make a day at the Basin special.
Totally. Favorite season and why?
Coming from a ski area person, it might be a surprise, but summer is really my favorite season. And I think the reason is because we don't get a whole lot of it. So the days and weeks that we do have where it's sunny and warm and you're out on your bike or we're out on the paddle boards or rafting, it's a really nice change of pace.
It's actually surprising how many people have said summer.
Summer, I know. I feel like we're all like gripping onto these last days of it also as it's here. I know I've been doing my biking and hiking as much as possible.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. You're just like, warm weather, okay, I just soak up and
Yeah.
before it's gone because it's so cold this morning and at night. And all right, last question. What is the best thing about Summit County?
Oh man. The absolute best thing. Sorry, I'm taking up all your video. Good thing it's digital these days. The best thing about Summit County, I think honestly, is the work-life balance that we all have. We all came to play. Everyone's passionate about something, you know, whether it's skiing or biking or art or music. There's so many different people who came here for different reasons. And I think we work really hard, but we play even harder. And we do it all together as a community. And that's my favorite thing about living up here.
Perfect.
Cool.
Thank you. You did amazing.
Oh, well, thank you guys. Good, I'm glad that worked out.
Hey, how's it going?
No, that's going to be really, how many people do you have coming in
To
for this?
interview?
Yeah.
So I think